Okay, now continuing. Just thought about this. You don't take cheap drugs. Everything's fine. The reason I ask is,
Take cheap drugs?
yeah, cheap drugs or cheap medication. Or what were you thinking when you had the empty chair at the convention
Oh,
center?
nothing.
Oh,
No
yeah.
drugs.
No, you had. So what made you do what you did?
It was a spoof, and it was a spoof on Clint Eastwood, and it was done basically about the high price of beer, and it was meant to bring a little levity and a little humor to what was going to be a pretty serious presentation on Fredericton and the province of New Brunswick. So that part of it was only meant to. It was a little acting, and it was a little bit of fun. And that's what that was all about.
No, I gotta be.
I take an aspirin every morning, which I have to because I had a blood clot there, so that's a preventative thing. And I actually take something for blood pressure.
No, what I meant is, like empty chair and all that was being sarcastic. But you were pissed off. You were very pissed off.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, and you still is. Still
Well, I made the point, Charles. They redid the unconditional grant and re-looked at the formula, and they took 75%. They took 75% of our grant. They took 16% of St. John, 22% of Moncton. All I ever asked for was to treat us fairly. I can't imagine coming up with any formula that would say you're losing 75%, you're losing 16%. So I had a bit of a difficulty with that, and we're getting down now. When this round of cuts is over, our unconditional grant will only be around $1 million. St. John will still be 16 million. So when you put it all together and you ask yourselves the questions, how do they come up with a formula that's fair and equitable? I mean, it's very clear to me that tax burden, which is what you pay out of your pocket, was something that really wasn't taken into consideration. And I think it's very unfair to the people of Fredericton. Because although our tax rate shows that we have room to climb, which they expect us to raise, when you look at the assessed value of homes compared to other places in the province, and then look at your tax bill and the tax burden, the amount of money that you pay, it's just as much here, if not more, than it is in other communities with a higher tax rate. So if you're looking at a fair and equitable system, you have to look at all the different variables. And one of them is, and to me the most important, is the tax burden. Because it doesn't matter to anybody who lives here who's taking your money. The important thing is, what you notice is your money is disappearing. So I mean, for the municipality to blame the province and the province to blame the federal government and everything, people are sick and tired of hearing that. They don't want to hear this. They basically want politicians to understand that there's only one pocket, there's only one taxpayer. No matter where you cut it, it's going to hurt them, and it's going to come out of their pocket. It's called tax burden.
It's not the price you pay since I've been here. You know it's going to be 10 years I came here?
Don't remind me.
And 10 years this spring. My God. Walking around town for 10 years. Anyway, it's been quite a ride. But the city has room, and that's the price you got to pay when you grow fast.
Well, growth is a two-edged sword. I mean, it is good, but it's also costly. I mean, it's more roads to plow. It's more residential units, to patrol and police, to provide fire services to provide water and sewerage to. So yes, the development is good, but it's not all straight money in your pocket. There's a cost, but I'm very happy that Fredericton has grown from the last census by 10.3%, which I might add is greater than Moncton and St. John combined.
It's just that Guillaume, what's his last name, from that was here, from Q, Guillaume, CBC?
Gianni?
Yeah, he mentioned Fredericton there a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I saw the video. He was very complimentary.
And he said that this is not a city, this is like a town.
It's like a community.
It's...
Yeah, this is, it has all, the trappings of a big city, and in terms of the kinds of facilities we have, with the playhouse, the art gallery, the recreational facilities, and the walking trails and all of that. But it's not too big that when you have the Garrison Ale House burned down, that everybody knows about it and the community rallies to help. So if you're living in a large metropolitan area, you have a place burned down, I mean, a lot of people in the same city that live there wouldn't even know about it, let alone know the people who serve them. So that's one of the advantages we have in Fredericton, and that's something that I think is very powerful, and I would never want to lose.
It's just like other cities, they have about 500 bloggers, but here we only have one.
And that's one too many.